Hey, you there. Thank you for watching, and welcome to Forge Lance Forever. Today, I have a 7v7. Yes, you heard that right. It is a 14-player game. It is a custom match here on the most amazing Neuroxis map generator. So let's go ahead and introduce our teams and our players. Starting up with Team 1 here to the southwest section of the map, and then with Team 2 in the northeast section of the map. I'm going to slow this game down quite a bit because there are 14 players to introduce. It does take a couple of minutes, and neither of us, me being me or you, want to miss any of that early action. Let's go ahead and start introducing everyone. Starting off with Team 1, southeasternmost player, we have the Lich King going first, land as an Aeon. I wonder if he is a fan of the Lord of the Rings series. And again, he is a 900 going first land as an Aeon. To his west in Emerald Green, we have the player of Brick, Insanity. I don't know if he took a break or something, but I haven't seen him in a game in a while. But I do remember there was this big thing about him coming back or something. So it is awesome that I'm able to cast him today. He's going first air. He is a 1600 rated player, and again, he is going UEF, a man after my own heart, and a fellow YouTuber as well. To the north, we have Pico making an appearance once again here on the channel, going first land as another UEF here. He is another 1600 rated player, and he is Chevy Crimson. To his west in Regal Purple, we have the player of Crusader Nova going first air as a Seraphim. And to talk about just briefly a little yesterday, the coloring, it does look a lot better on the Seraphim Commander in this map versus the one from yesterday's video. But, that's still a matter of personal opinion versus actual fact. And again, he is a 1500 rated player. Will probably be going air, especially going first air as well. And again, he is in Regal Purple as a Seraphim. To his northwest, the big C04 going first land as a Cybran. He is an Amethyst Purple, and he is a 900. And in the east here in Imperial Gray, we have Glob going first land as another Cybran here. He is a 1500, and again, he is in Imperial Gray. And last but not least, for Team 1 on this beachhead, we have the comm of God of Roadkill going first land as a UEF. He is in Batman Gray, and he is a 2100 rated player. And he is the highest rated player on Team 1 and in the game in general. So for Team 1 side of things, for their racial makeup, they have 3 UEF, 2 Cybran, 1 Aeon, and 1 Seraphim. All of the factions represented here for Team 1. Go ahead and introduce Team 2, starting off with the southeasternmost player here in Barbie Pink. We have Laroka? Something like that. Apologies for mispronouncing that name. Going first land as a Cybran, and they are a 1300. To his north in Rust, we have the player of Storm Cleaver 5 going first and second land, maybe third air with that configuration with the P-Gens. He is a 1400, and again, he is a UEF in Rust. In the center of the map for Team 2, we have No Fear 555 going first land, second land as well. Getting up a couple of P-Gens. Probably will go third air, given that he's kind of lining up for those P-Gens for that adjacency bonus. He is in Stitch Blue, and he is an 1800. And to his west in lightish red pink, we have Thad Thundercock going first land, second air, third and fourth land. He is a Cybran. He is a 1400 rated player, and again, he is Thad Thundercock. In the beachhead here to the northwest, we have the player of Achieve Jaguar. He is another YouTuber. He's going first land, second air as well. It's been a little bit since I've casted him. I think it's been like a month or so. Anyway, he is in Royal Blue, and he is an Aeon. And he is a 2000 rated player, the highest rated player on Team 2. Will probably be a target for the highest rated player of Team 1 being the God of Roadkill. There's a message chat going between the 2 highest rated players in the game. And to his east, we have a UEF player of Unbalanced. I don't think this game is unbalanced. It is 93%. So, sir, your name does not make sense. He is going first land. He is in Ruby Red, and he is a 1000 rated player. And last but not least for Team 1 in Tropical Ocean Blue, we have the player of Mike's going first land, second air as an Aeon. He is a 1300 rated player, and he is going to be in the rear guard air slot for this game. Let's go ahead and go over their racial makeup. We have, let's see, 1, 2 UEF, 1, 2 Aeon, 1, 2 Cybran, and 1 Seraphim. They have all of the factions represented here for Team 2 as well. No one is missing out on tech. And in terms of reclaim still left on the map before our players skip it all up, we have not even 3,000 mass. So probably it was about 3,000. But for 14 players, that is pennies on the dollar. That is hardly anything. You can see there are already commands to go after what reclaim there are. And there's not a lot. They don't even show up as numbers, which is not... Oh, there they go. Now they do. There's the one showing up earlier. Not a lot of mass to scoop up. Most of it residing around the southeastern kind of hill thingy. And there is a plateau island up here to the northwest. And there is a smiley face. Look at that. There's a smiley face. Always nice to see some, camaraderie and either a heart or a smiley face or words in the wall format. Let's go ahead and talk about mass points before I change it back to 0 sim speed. There's a lot of mass to be fought over in the middle of the map. There's at least probably about, 2, 4, 5, 6 at least. So probably in the 12 mass points roughly that are going to be kind of fought over back and forth. A lot of them are the very wide expanding mexes in terms of positions, and even then there are some that are actually near main bases. A couple of mass points down here and a couple of mass points up here, but again, not really. There are there's just a conversation going on between the Chief Jaguar and God of Roadkill, and I bet that'll be a highlight of this game, of course. And this is a 10 by 10. It isn't a 20 by 20. It is a 10 by 10. So 14 players, 10 by 10, small map, lots of action. The game's a little bit under an hour in terms of, actual sim time, the casting time, not casting time, but replay time. And of course, the video itself will be probably a little bit over an hour just due to some slowdowns and whatnot. Well, let's turn that back over to sim speed of 0 and check on what's going on. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the 7 players for Team 1 charging the middle of the map. We only have 4 for Team 2. This is a huge advantage for Team 1, and we can see those 2 comms for the big CO4 and Glob are going after Thad Thundercock. He is under threat. They are all 3 Cybran commanders, so they have no hit point advantage, no fire rate advantage, none of that. It's just the same thing back and forth. That little tiny Mex is going to get taken out early on. Oh, there he goes. He is gone, and that will force Thad Thundercock further back to his expansion up there to the north. We see both Crusader Nova and Pico starting to dominate the middle of the map. And it does look like maybe we'll see Lich King go east, but he's holding position for now, while Brooker Insanity is scooping up all of that mass. We have Stormcleaver here in the middle of the map starting to walk around. He is going to try to intercept those 2 commanders, but again, a 2v1 scenario. No upgrades, no nothing. We see immediately less than 5 minutes in this game, 3 gun speed range upgrades. 2 actually. That one got canceled. Here for Team 1, they're both going on Cybran commanders. We have Glob going for a T2. I mean, Cerberus against T1, very good. Against anything else, not so much. We have Brick Insanity going after Stormcleaver. UEF versus UEF. No hit point advantage, no speed upgrade advantage, no nothing. It's just bare bones. Commanders going at it. We do see a couple of units inbound here for Stormcleaver 5. We'll give a slight DPS advantage to him, and we can start to see those numbers start to deviate from one another. We see Stormcleaver still in the green, but Brico Insanity is now in the yellow. Going to be dropping below 50% here pretty soon. He's starting to be outnumbered and surrounded. He needs some assistance from his teammates, and both Pico and Crusader Nova are pulled from their middle positions. We're going to start to assist Stormcleaver. It does look like Stormcleaver does start to retreat. Huge advantage here for Storm being able to shove a commander back this early, especially with the numbers advantage residing in Team 1 side of things, at least on the front side of things. So this is going to be very heavily fought over this game. And we see, of course, more comms coming in to assist. Lich King actually coming in to assist as well. So just 6 comms on screen, almost half of them. Gun upgrade has been sent us for La El Yoka. Yeah, I think it's El Yoka. Anyway, I just don't know how to pronounce it. Stormcleaver charging with his UEF commander. T1 factories on construction here for Bricker and Sandy, trying to pump out some engineers or other T1 support. Myroka using that gun comm to be able to just keep shoving Team 1 back and back. Going against 3 of them, still not the best idea. He is still cybering. He only has 10,000 hit points on that commander. But multiple comms in the yellow, and Crusader Nova taking some pot shot fire. We see more shots going into the north here. Big DO4 versus Mike's here with the Aeon commander. We see LaRocca trying to push more and more, still trying to do as much damage as he can against the commanders as early as they can. They give a slight map control advantage and try to take out some commanders earlier on. To see a lot of forces down here for the Lich King trying to push on this eastern side. Units have to be forced back in order to deal with this. They don't want to be fighting a war on 2 fronts, where they're being attacked from the east and the west. They just want to deal with one and move to the other. Stormcleaver is pushing forward more and more. I think there's pings going down against Stormcleaver to say, hey, there's a comm right here, we should go after him. There are forces being rerouted to this eastern side to help assist with defense. Gun, damage and range going on for Brick of Insanity. No naval combat as of yet, but I wouldn't be surprised to see something like that later on. We see Glob trying to PD creep and just heavily push against this northern side. Unbalanced coming in to assist. That Thundercock is trying to do his best. We have some missile fire coming out from these flapjacks, trying to target these T2 Cerberus. This constantly conversation in the chat going between God of Roadkill and a Chief Jaguar. They're talking about each other, actually, which is... Wait, are they talking? They're talking about something. You might need TMD. Yeah, they're talking about something. Of course, everyone watching can pause the video, scroll the video back, look at the chat and whatnot. We're trying to watch everything, but there's so much action in the middle. We have still 7 comms on screen here. Half of the game's players are on view right now. Brooker and Sandy severely wounded, under half of his hit points left standing. We have range going on for Lich King, getting assisted by Crusader Nova. We have the big CO4 assisting Pico. Love the assistance by each of the commanders trying to rep up those upgrades very quickly. We even have the service now targeting no fears units and comm itself. So we have Glob being very, very annoying. Missiles still coming in all the time. We have that Thundercock commander trying to pop in and out of the water for some damage against those Cerberus. I feel like Glob is doing a nice job being very annoying, very aggressive, but he is kind of, once these PD are down, that's it. That's all he has. Be very wary of that as time goes on. We have units into the east. Aurora on the water here trying to get at the very vulnerable T1 mechs. A couple of them have been taken out for this firebase here to the south of LaRocca. But the gun has been done. The advanced range has been started for Lich King. And it does look like Crusader Nova does leave. But having the Aeon Sniper Commander on the front lines will do a heavy amount of damage, especially with the advanced range that no one else gets. So it is an advantage. But that does get canceled. I think he wants to move with the group. 5 commanders for Team 1 going to charge the front lines. They're going to run into a couple of PD to the north. We have a Stormcleaver and LaRocca need to funnel themselves back. Same with Mike's. I think No Fear needs to transition southward. We do have Thundercock has kicked off Glob, getting up some reclaim. We do have some PD in the middle, trying to stave off any sort of incursions. But again, everybody on this front line needs to be devoted to this attack, because there are 5 commanders here. I mean, like we could see like a chain reaction of one dies, another one dies kind of thing. Very interesting. T2 pillars on station for Pico, offering a nice amount of hit points and DPS for his team, trying to take out some T1 units. Stormcleaver has to retreat in the form of this 4 commander push. Now this is what I call ridiculous. Look at this. Look at this push. Commanders are hoovering plasma at one another, charging the front lines. They do not care. Looks like there's a beef. There's just, anything and everything going on here. But a little over 10 minutes here. 4 commanders on the front line haven't given up, haven't been rushed in. This is a huge amount of firepower. Gun, speed, and range. We have, of course, the ZFAM. No upgrades here for Crusader, and the ZFAM here for Pico. There's only 2-3 comms here on this eastern side, one of them to the middle and one to the west, being shot by a Jester as we speak. It has a lot of hit points in Nano, so he'll be fine. Say that, and then he'll die when I'm not watching. Watch. Even have a parashield guarding Bricker Insanity. Love the partnership. Would just be nice to just transfer that over to make it a lot easier so he can manage that. You know, there's, of course, a lot going on. Team 1's comms are just shoving themselves into Team 2's face. Large C1 force down south here for the Lich King. Oh, no, oh, he's over there. We do have the big C4. It has fallen back a little bit, allowing his teammates to push a little bit while he does something. I think he's going to move to the west now. But look at this. The Lich King versus Bricker Insanity. Bricker Insanity, you know, below almost 33% of his hit points. Gets a rank in veterancy. That'll help that survivability. I think they're going to start falling southward on this eastern side. How's that naval combat going at some point? Has not happened yet. We have Team 2's Thundercock still under threat from gunships here. Now it's from a Renegade. And so just a little bit of poking and prodding just to annoy, not necessarily go for a straight kill. But Crusader Nova being targeted by missiles, I think. Or at least there's some up here. No Fear still trying to do what he can to hold the front line, at least on this middle and northern side. Eastern side has completely fallen. Team 2's LaRocca and Stormcleaver just walking back and forth, not really knowing what to do. And now Team 1 has a very forward position here. 4 mexes, that's a lot of mass to deny and then scoop up for yourselves. We do see units incoming here for Stormcleaver. Lich King has, of course, not the advance, but has the regular range. Would be a nice bonus if he did have it, but right now he does not. We have a couple of T2 pillars in on the scene for Stormcleaver. They're going to shove their way southward. All these units could come in and assist Stormcleaver and probably rush a comm, especially with the assistance of Bricker Insanity, but it is a big risk. You know, you go in with all your forces, all that you have, and if you don't come out on the other side, it might not work out for you in the end. Hoplites here to the west here for the lob. We see more gunships going after Thundercock. Man, he cannot just stay out of the spotlight with those gunships. But, you know, Hoplites not as good as Ilshis. I'm just going to say that they're, you know, 550 hit points versus 2,500. These are designed for, you know, bombardment missions. They're designed for taking out, you know, units that aren't moving, structures, that sort of thing. They're essentially the T2 artillery, except I want better. It's not necessarily what I want to say, but kind of that. Ilshi's the far superior T2 assault bot. These are rocket bots, so, you know, kind of lends themselves to the name. If they're behind rhinos, they're a lot better, but they're not as good on their own, as I guess what I'm getting at. But T2 Triads just starting to stream their way more and more eastward, trying to knock out whatever they can. PD creeping, shields coming online. Pico trying to do what he can to be annoying. Nano Repair coming online here for No Fear. He has T2, so maybe we'll see advanced Nano Repair due to the fact that he is a Seraphim commander. T3 coming online here for God of Roadkill, and we are almost at the 14-minute mark in this game. Let's take a look at mass per second. Team 1, 531, almost a 200 mass per second advantage here in this game. Team 2 is struggling. I mean, you can look at all the mass that's gone. Team 1 funneling whatever they have into upgrades. You can see lots of efforts by multiple players to get all T3 mexes, at least either in the core mass or in the secondary mass scene. And you know, that's a huge advantage. Being able to funnel whatever you have on the front line to the back line is always a good idea. The multiple players on Team 1 at 100 or plus. Chief Jaguar at 100 himself as well. He's going air, going T3 here shortly. But it looks like God of Roadkill has nothing in terms of facilities, just going for straight eco. And I think that's essentially what's going on over north, at least pretty much the same thing. See gun speed and range going down for No Fair. Maybe he'll assault the front lines with his commander. Pico using the missiles, of course, those flapjacks to just punish that front line. TMD needs to be, you know, in 4s and 8s and 12s and just pump those out. We have Thundercock popping himself out of the water for a nice little assault. We have him, I mean, I would like to see him transition from going at, there he goes, going after those hoplites. I was going to say flapjacks, it wasn't that flapjacks, but another one is gone. Gunships are on station. He needs to get himself in that water before he ends up dying. There he goes, hiding underneath the surface. Of course, Team 1 knows where he is and is going to try to track him the best they can, but they can't see him for now. Pings go down against the Lich King up here. T3 air has been achieved for 2 players on Team 2 that could be there way back in this game, but 2 players on Team 1 have achieved T3 air as well. So it is, again, a back and forth here. Very tight races, except for the Ego, where Team 1 is starting to just run away with it. But again, mass is not the only predictor of who's going to win, but it always helps, of course. We have gunships now going after No Fear, but they're going after a nano repair comm. 80 hit points a second, and those are T2 gunships. So, not as bad as T1, but still not as good as Whalers. One gunship does get away from that. ASF posturing at one another here in the middle of the map. We have an engagement in the east here by the forces from Stormcleaver against the Lich King. Lich King is on the front lines, but these are Mongeese, and they have a nice range on them. Of course, dealing with the Aurora that are also weak. The Mongeese are also weak. You see those grenade launchers going after the Lich King. He, doesn't do a whole lot of damage, but again, against very weak units, it's kind of nice to have a small little AoE explosion. The pillars being dealt with as well. So that push does take out about half of those forces. It wasn't great, but it wasn't bad. No one's died yet. Almost 20 minutes. Knock on wood. Somebody. So that way, we don't add a statistic to this game. At least the 20-minute mark, 30-minute mark, it's fine with me if somebody dies at 30 because, it's 30 minutes. Somebody's got to make a big mistake like that at some point, or, a nice tactical advantage or something. Well, those units are dealt with here, and we have Stormcleaver coming to assist. The Roka is the Lich King going to be the first to exit this game. Overcharges into that Mongeese does hurt, and that firepower is starting to rain down on him. He's taking a lot of hits. Is Team 1's teammates going to come in and assist and help out the Lich King? Units are being dealt with quite fastly, though, but he's going to push forward, allowing Stormcleaver to come in range as well. Of course, he has the gun upgrade and nano, but they pull away at the last second, fearing some sort of rush or fearing some sort of attack. They don't push the advantage like they probably should have. This would be a kill here, and does it happen? There was a gunship overhead that is dealt with, but those look like they are still in range. So Lich King trying to get out of range the best he can, but I think this is going to be the first departure here. I think I jinxed myself saying that, someone hasn't died yet, but Team 1 PD being spammed up. And I think that's just barely enough to save Lich King. He was essentially about 500 hit points left standing. A strap bomber can come over and kill him, and that's it. So, very, very cautious here for the Lich King. He's going to probably go right into that water. Yep, not going to hesitate with that good move on there. Still, no one has died, so I didn't jinx myself. But we have Thundercock going after Frontline PD here against, it's 3 of them. We have Glob trying to just build some structures to dissuade that firepower, I guess, and there goes in. Oh, PD still online. Thundercock is being very aggressive here. 102 hit points a second. Essentially, it's barely negative in terms of how many hit points he's losing versus how many he's gaining back. It's barely negative, and every PD that gets being destroyed lessens that gap, and actually probably will make it positive at some point. But lots and lots of shields are trying to be built to dissuade those fire coming in from Thundercock, but I think he is starting to go positive now. It's kind of hard to, it's like stay, it's not, those numbers are changing very quickly. We have, of course, no assistance here in the air or any sort, but a lot of missiles here for Pico, and now it is almost 20 minutes. No one has died. The Lich King was able to survive, get into that water and hide. T2 shields being spammed up as best they can here for No Fear in the middle. Any Navy here for Team 1? No. Same here for Team... No one's using the Navy. I'm very surprised. You would think both of these players at least would attempt, considering that, they're high rated. They know how valuable Navy can be. They know how valuable locking out, a beachhead. They could take out at least 3 players here on either the north side or the west side. Just aren't going for it, which is kind of surprising. But Glob is under threat here from, Thad Thundercock. He needs to get out of dodge, and he's dropping very quickly. His own engineers getting in his way. But I think this is the first departure, and it will be just on the cusp of 20 minutes. Can Thundercock do it? Can he kill him off? His couple more hits. There he goes. Essentially at the 20-minute mark, he kills off a player here against Team 1. It is a 7v6 in favor of Team 2. And I think that Thundercock might be might be suffering here. He needs to get into that water. Yeah, there are a couple of T1 bombers. He needs to. No, you cannot go on the land. You have to go on water. In the water, and he dies as well. Just barely the T1 pressure and a couple of T2 PDs. That has got to hurt. It is a 6v6 game now. It does look like Glob gets his revenge, and his yeah, it's just, I was gonna say justice, but it's more revenge, that sort of thing. And now again, it is 6v6. We have the player. It looks like No Fear inherits that base. No, well, no, this is his. That was, no, I think Chief Jago will keep this eastern base, and same thing here for the player of God of War. So they both inherit a second base, which, oh, not bad. Not bad. We have harass comms. 21 minutes. Very interesting. So he's going heavy eco. Now he has a T1 air facility. Going to pump out a second one as well. You make me sad. Screw going T2, Glomp. You make me sad. Screw you for gun. Love the conversations going on in this game. High-rated players that know each other, or even just players in general that know each other, and take the time to just razz one another is always fun to watch. We have missiles versus missiles, PD versus some PD creep, but it's just the the amount of missiles flying back at one another. Team 1 is slightly in that advantage. We are seeing some sniper bots, though, and that is taking out a couple of those flapjacks. But we do have some Percy's going to charge the fort here. No Fear going to lose a shield that was just about to finish. Those sniper bots need to stay underneath that shielding. Hikam could always come in and just overcharge him, but they're staying just out of range. I think he's poked the Hornet's Nest in terms of Pico, and there goes that first Percy. He's down. Those missiles actually move forward. Probably not the best idea in that regard, because No Fear is right there. And there, that second Percy is still alive. Misses the shot on No Fear, but he's taking some firepower, of course, from those triads. It is 22 minutes in this game. Let's take a look at eco here. 1.4 mass per second for Team 1 and 1,000 mass here for Team 2. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Let me know down in the comments who you think is going to currently win. It's 6v6. And like I mentioned, Team 1 is at 1.4 thousand mass per second versus 1,000 mass for Team 2. Lots of open mass still in the middle, and nothing in the Navy as of yet, but we're going to have to check on that, of course, because, it could change in a couple of minutes. You have T3 facilities and, bombers and cruisers and battleships and all not. So let's, kind of keep on that for now, but most of the fighting is in the middle. A lot of the players are kind of, hanging back, ecoing up, building up units, taking up that sort of thing. But again, hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. And of course, I'd love to read your comments. So please, even if it's not like a prediction or anything, I'd love to read them. I just love responding to comments. It's one of my favorite things I get to do here on the channel. So again, thank you so much for those that do comment, and I encourage those who haven't done so, go ahead and leave a comment, and I will definitely respond to it at least within 12 or so hours. Just depends on the day. Christmas a little, it's going to be a little, strange, not strange, but with family and whatnot, so I won't be as fast to respond, but I will respond. That is something that I will promise. We have a couple of Teuthonas up here, those mobile artillery going after, looks like there's some demolishers, so it's just T3 already back and forth. These should be shielded, but they weren't, and No Fear loses a couple of them. But I love mobile arty. It's not used as heavily as I think it should be, but this game is a good example of, look at this, you have PD, you have missiles, you have I don't think I have any stational missile launchers. I think it's only TMD. But a nuke at 24 minutes here against Team 2 from Team 1's player of Bricko Insanity. And that is going out. And I think that's going for the air player. And Mike's knows it. He's like, I am out of here. And a shield was going to be built. He's going to send all of his units away. Team 2 does not have any sort of SMD online. Looks like they're going to build one as we speak, I think. Yep, that's SMD. And that is going to be a kaboom. Takes out everything that was there. Nothing is left standing. Severely reduces the eco here for Mike's. Drops him down to 131. About 130. That's got to hurt. And his air grid is gone. It is not online anymore. Team 2 only has the air grid of Ajiv Jaguar that has 1. And he's doing mass RASCOM as well. So this, I guess, is the eco slot. Don't know why, but it is. And look at the smiley face, and they're just hanging out up here. They're not going after one another. Pico had some sort of thing. Oh yeah, attack probably the eastern side. And that has prompted Team 2 to push, and they've taken out this position here for Pico. They're going for this west one. Bricks are called onto the scene. Bungies as well. Pillars. A couple of Percies are drawn from that western side of the map. The Bricks will have to retreat, but this is some sort of victory here for Team 2. They've taken out this fire base, and they're now going after this fire base. Pico is under threat from some artillery and some bricks. Looks like just constantly being pushed back here. These units going to be thrown southward, maybe going after Barrico Insanity's nuke launcher, which is obviously way back here. They have to walk through a lot of enemy territory. But Pico taking artillery fire constantly. He's below the 75% mark. He's in the yellow. He has 2 veterans. He's about to get a third one, so got to be a little bit cautious of how much mass Team 2 throws at him. But that T3 mobile arty, there's a decent amount of them. And, if this game is not, promoting anything, it's promoting that T3 arty is kind of good, as long as, you don't have other artillery shooting at you, which these aren't shielded, so that's going to hurt. Takes out 3 of them, and more artillery is landing, of course, but the shield is down. Demolishers will go down. Pico needs to get out of there. He's dropped below essentially 50% of his hit points. Bricks roaming the northern side just to ensure there's no sort of nastiness coming from that way. But we have Team 2's No Fear pushing constantly. Same kind of thing happening to the east, but it's very much in favor of Lich King, who, by all accounts, probably from some people, should have been dead. But, it does, it's hard to judge, of course, when to push with all your might, because you might push forward and you might lose a comm or two, and so that was the the threat that could have happened, and you were able to push back Lich King, but now he's back in this game and he's pushing back at you, so it's just kind of hard to judge it sometimes. But we have harass comms pumping out Ravagers, T3 PD. That's not a good thing. Team 2 needs to deal with that sooner rather than later. We have Voltus, of course. You can see them on screen just annihilating those bricks. A second nuke has been launched. Where is this one going? Has Team 2 responded? What? Why? Oh, he wants. So instead of just having a couple of the PD shoot at this, watch out. Yeah, your island mechs. No, says the Chief Jaguar. No, is this just a troll? A troll nuke? I think this is like a troll nuke. Here it goes. It's going to line and kaboom. Takes out some of that smiley face. No, the smiley face. No. Yeah, Chief Jaguar, you monster. Why did you break the treaties? Bad. That's funny. Again, just I would apologize. Sure he will. It's just always fun, but I live for the wow, that was some vicious angst against that mechs there, Pricker Insanity. Love to have him in the games, of course. And a lot of these players know one another, so it's just fun to just have a nice, fun game. Raz one another. Well, and here Chief Jaguar was talking about being a pacifist. Oh no, does that unlock Chief Jaguar's new form? He's going to start pumping out some stuff. We see a bunch of hives being built. That is probably not a good thing here for Team 1. We do have a Fat Boy here for Team 1 as well. Going to start, puncturing at this front line for No Fear. All of his artillery is either doesn't exist anymore, or it's mostly been destroyed. There is a couple of them. We see obviously them walking around. But that shield is down. Looks like Team 1's Pico is having some power issues. Let's take a look at that really quickly. Oh yeah, he's not looking good. If Team 1 were to strike, that would be the moment. We have an ability nuke online for Bricko Insanity. He's going full nukage, going full war crimes, I guess is what he lives for. He's going to charge forward, doesn't care. Looks like that's T3 artillery. Maybe that's T2, I think. I don't see. No, there is one. Okay, that's what I thought. I thought I recognized that shot. That Fat Boy isn't puncturing the shields for now. The Autumn's going to run forward, try to just distract the Fat Boy. Did you do that, says that Thundercock. Don't know what he's in reference to. We have a couple of Rambo comms. Rambo comms are annoying. to say the least. They're, you know, lots of hit points. These have 42,000 hit points. Just annoying. So annoying to deal with, annoying to fight, annoying with everything. We have Bricker Insanity launching nukes. We have a bunch of bricks that are just going to feel the pain of, you know, semi-nukage. Oh, but he takes out the missile. Saves those bricks on that western side. And look, he's just going to go this way and just going to launch more and more. The artillery is actually chasing him. He's staying essentially long. Oh, takes a couple hits. But he's perfectly fine for now. We have T3 already coming out from unbalanced. So, you know, Team 2's, you know, they're essentially holding up in this middle position. Soothsayer coming online. Very great play. Being able to see a lot of the map. There's a stealth field gen. Not going to do a whole lot, of course, but, you know, it's there. This is what team... Sorry, that's wrong team. This is what Team 2 can see. They can see it. Not going to do a whole lot, unfortunately. But, you know, because of the vision and whatnot. But the Billy Nuke does land. Takes out a horde of T3 and other sort of units. Bricker Insanity is at almost 4 veterancy, but the push does happen with the Othams and lightning tanks. The Rambo comes are running in fear. That fat boy is down here, and then they go, no, never mind, didn't mean to do that, never mind, I pushed the wrong button. We have just artillery, you know, being thrown at one another. This fire base with Mexes are gonna go down at some point. Boo Nuke landing very close range, takes out those demolishers. Ooh, that's gotta hurt. And now with Bricker Insanity at 5 stars, 10,000 mass killed with that comm. Another nuke launching by him. That is his 3rd nuke at 31 minutes. Dang. He is pumping those out. Is it going to land right here? There is no SMD for no fear, so this would be a perfect time for that thing to land. We have an awe washer as well and a bunch of strap bombers for support. That SMD has been loaded. Oh, that's such a missed opportunity. Oh, you could have taken out No Fear's main front line. We have a fat boy for Team 2. Here comes that bomber is inbound. Impacts the shield. Billy Nuke lands in the distance as well. Takes out that mass there. Fat boy is perfectly fine for now. We have ASF coming in to deal with this threat incoming here from Team 2. Bombers are coming in, taking out SMDs by strap bombers. We have a lot of AA in the mix back here, so those do not really get a second pass. But maybe they'll drop on something else. Nope, they're gone. See ya, bye. Another SMD is going to be built in response to that. I'll watch her coming in, target that fat boy. That is gonna hurt. Let me move out of the way so we can see it. And boom, takes out. Doesn't take out the fat boy. 400 hit points left. Billy Nuke still being just annoying here for Bricker Insanity. Bomb going to land on that fire base in the middle. Oh, drops a little bit short. Takes out the shield and a couple of units, but not a lot. But this is a wave of units coming in from the Lich King, trying to capitalize on the fact that the eastern side has been reduced to ashes. There is an air issue. God of Roadkill. Yes, there is definitely an air issue. We have gunships going after that fat boy specifically. Looks like the first one did get away. The second one will not. Billy Nuke will land on top of that, but I think it'll get under shield coverage. I think it'll be fine. But not with the shields, though. Not enough shielding that thing. Oh, just barely makes it. We have a bunch of AA being spammed up, of course. The Awe Washer is still online in the yellow, so, you know, can do 100% of damage at one hit. Rick, I'll give you a fresh Twitch Prime if you nuke Pico. We're bribing him with money. That's always one way to do it. But we have El Yoka has been defeated by a combined push here in the east. It's now a 65 in favor of Team 1. And that bomber is still coming after those fat boys. That fat boy is not going to feel good tonight. There he goes. He is down for the count in the middle. Those Rambo comms still can't puncture that base. They're able to take a lot of defenses out. But still, look at this. The eastern side is just demolished. Team 1 does have no air left. In terms of ASF, they have a couple of bombers, but that's about it. Team 2 has some sort of air, but still kind of in the same boat. And we have something planned here. Maybe that's a chicken or something. I don't know. Or maybe it was the Awe Washer. But Billy Nuke's landing all the time. And that donut is going straight for Brick. He does not care. Look at this. He's like, I'm coming to get you. You are going to die tonight. evil dies tonight. At least that's what the donut is thinking. And there he goes. That laser is on top of that comm. He's not going anywhere. He will die to kill that commander, and he should be dead. Retribution, says Thundercock. Yes, retribution for Team 1, or for Team 2. And that fat boy is going to feel the pain as well. But I think he's going straight for that nuke. And again, it is a 5v5 now with the departure of Bricko Insanity. The YouTuber on the south is taken out. And that, does it get close enough? Oh, no, he does not. Very close to landing on top of that nuke. Again, like I said, now it is a 5v5. Strap bombers coming in to go after that fat boy, but only none of them land any bombs, so it doesn't really do a whole lot. But it's now a Colossus being, attacked by a fat boy, and sir, you gotta move, sir. You're taking unnecessary fire, sir. We have a chicken in the middle here, and it's going to go up against a fat boy and a bunch of Authams. This front line, it is suffering. Like I said earlier, lots of Billy Nukes have landed here. Look at all the explosions. We have another Tsar online. Team 2 trying to pressure Team 1 in the air. Lots of mobile AA, lots of SAM sites, and other T3 AA are going to be spammed up. But the chicken tries to encourage the Tsar to come his way. Doesn't look like it. We have AA being put in the water here to the north. We have volcanoes being put to the north, so difference of strategy and priorities, missiles versus air AA. We have chicken running around taking a lot of the fat boy fire, but that chicken might make an undershield coverage. We have a lot of those Rambo comms that were of course built by Bricko Insanity going to be charged forth. We have more fat boys coming online. The Tsar is running amok down there in the south. We have air support in the form of ASFs. I think this is Jaguars. Yeah, I think he really wants to go after that nuke, and that's the main target. That nuke is loaded. If that nuke would hit that donut, that'd be very interesting. But that Tsar is coming in. He's building a Duke, but he doesn't want to build it next to the nuke because it's right next to one another. Oh no! Oh, that shield is going to go down here pretty shortly, and they're going to reclaim it instead, but it's going to land and die. Is it enough? The nuke is still alive. The nuke is still alive, and the nuke launches on top of the wreck. That has got to hit. Well, this is interesting. This is Lich King. Yes, it is. That eastern side does not have an SMD. And it's going right here for that Billy Nuke, and not Billy Nuke, that Fat Boy, excuse me. And that Fat Boy is dead. See ya, bye. We'll not even clip the chicken there. Some of that artillery pressure has been relieved, but at what cost? 2 Tsar have been thrown at this nuke, and it still isn't dead. Regenerating at 24 hit points a second. More AA being spammed up. Team 2, you got to fight back. Some else, throwing donuts at your opponent only works for so long before you have a mass problem. Looks like he's rebuilt his T3 mechs here. We have a bunch of Atlantis being built in the west here for Team 1. And this is still pretty much anybody's game. The mass might beg the differ at 3.1k versus essentially 2k. But, Team 2 still has some sort of advantage. They have a lot of air. Team 1 has a lot of air. They could go for game enders. They could go for something. I just see more SMD being built. Maybe they want to avoid game enders. Maybe there's some sort of gentleman's agreement or something. But, at this stage, you should be thinking about how to end the game. We saw Duke was being constructed down south. We hear another Duke being constructed by Pico. He really wants to go for artillery. We have a Hovatham being built here by, let's see, who is that? That is Crusader Nova. Don't see anything out from the big CO4. But just the Rascom Insanity going to the west, gating in more and more allies to, generate, -5 per second, but essentially they start at 11 mass positive, so so they're, it's costing 16 per Rascom to bring in another SACU, so it's a net negative of 5. But, still, that's a lot of mass to just summon, essentially. Quantum cores and whatnot generating mass out of nowhere. We have Fat Boys trying to puncture that front line once again. Still, No Fear has not given up. No one's at Control K'd. No one said I'm out. No internet connections. Though in a 7v7, that's actually kind of rare to not have any sort of, outside influences affecting the game. We have a couple of units trying to merge out of the water. We have a sniper bot, a couple of them. That's not going to get anywhere, unfortunately. Love the, form of attack, but doesn't really work. Unfortunately, we do have one Galactic Colossus in the middle. They'll probably go after the FAF point. Not my T3 Mechs, says the Lich King. Oh, probably down south talking about those Mechs. Maybe that was that one. I don't know. Chief Jaguar has built another donut. And I don't know how many donuts you can throw at your opponent before it just becomes ridiculous. And at this point, it might start to become ridiculous. Excuse me, says Conrad. Why is there a monkey? Huh? Monkey. Where? Where's there a monkey? I don't... Monkey. What? I don't... What are you talking... Oh, down here. Peacekeeper, says the Chief Jaguar. It is the peacekeeping monkey. That's... I don't think that's going to go very well. Is that monkey going to keep moving? That monkey's going to keep moving and then pop out of the water, so he's going to leave. He's like, nah, I've done my job. I got to leave. 2 donuts here to the northeast. Here for Team 2. We have Fat Boy still trying to go after these Colossus to the east. And we have, of course, the Witch King in that little diamond form water thingamajiggy. Little hole. I think it's just a hole. I think that's just a hole. But that shields are down here for No Fear's front line, and that Fat Boy is not gonna stop firing. And those donuts would be very, very unwise to charge that position with all that AA in the area. So Team 2, I mean, because it is a 10v10 and everything is so tight, it's hard to get, it's very easy to get overlapping defenses, and it's very hard to break away from any sort of defenses. So it's going to be very difficult for Team 2 to puncture through, especially with all the RAS comms and Rambo comms and whatnot. Team 2, they're not scaling the eco as well as Team 1, of course, and we have more getting in for everybody all the time. I think most people have decided to just go that route. Well, I say most. Not everyone's going for a RAS comm route, but, other priorities and whatnot. Fat Boy going to charge forth, trying to go after those shields and those Rambo comms. Lots of T3 shielding. Would like to see some T2 mixed in, just to kind of having overlapping fields of shielding. A quantity of miasma. What? Oh, what? Oh, this. Yeah, no P-gen assistance, at least some of them. That is a lot of artillery going after one engineer over there. Just trying to feed his family, just trying to, I'm just trying to live. But those Miami say, no, you're going to stay in the poorhouse. No. Still, one engineer still online. Actually, it's 2 of them. They're like merging into one for a second. There's just a husband and wife or a couple of brothers or something trying to feed their family. That Fat Boy, it's suffering that miasma fire. You can see it, just the hit points constantly drop. Going to get back under shield coverage. Is a Jaguar just going to pump out more donuts? Because that'd be kind of fun to watch. But the Atlantis, though, man, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is so many. 9, excuse me. There's 9 of them. That is so many. How many RASCOMs do you have, God of Roadkill? How many do you have? 99. I'm assuming if I click again, you're going to have 100? No, dang it. The big 100. But to the east, we have flares. A bunch of flares. The T1, just a light assault bots, the kind of this. Essentially just, not scouts, but essentially the scouts mixed in, of course, with the intel units of either the Snoop or what's the mole kind of sort of thing. We have Galactic Colossus going to scoop up flares. And you don't really see that every day. And it's essentially just a diversion tactic. Going after T3 mechs. No, the T3 mechs. No. Look at all these flares being like, I got this, guys. We'll kill them by the hundreds and the tens and the whatnot. That's a lot of firepower being diverted to the east. Artie says the Chief Jaguar. Where? Oh, build Artie. Yep, there it goes. It has started for Team 2's air player of Mike's. And they're not going for really much of anything else. That artillery can hit anything. And there is 2 of them, I think, online now. We've been a minute since we've seen them. There's a Duke here. And there is a Hovatham here. So 2 artillery versus 0, not really going to look good here for Team 2. And they're attacking No Fear directly, but they have a Hovatham of their own, so that's why they're going after No Fear. He's trying to reclaim that Pigeon so it doesn't explode, killing all of his build power. And SMD never understood why people put them in the same location. Never got that. I get it, overlapping shields and less resources and whatnot, but it's such a risk to take. Just build the SMD somewhere else, build the artillery somewhere else, one or the other. And now they're going after SMD directly. There goes... Oh, nope, it missed to the east, so it's fine now. Shields pop back online. Again, it's kind of been... In terms of... you think it's like, oh, there's still action going on. It's kind of quiet, which is very weird. And I don't like that. I don't like it when it's quiet. Neither team should like it when it's quiet, because that means somebody's doing something that somebody does not want them to do. Multiple shields being spammed up, trying to hold that front line, assisting as much as they can. And emitters are going down. Fat Boy, that's a lot of firepower. Artillery raining in directly on the Fat Boy as well. And there it goes. It's going to go down him pretty soon. And it's gone. Those shields are down. And those 4 Fat Boys were focusing on one target. That's not going to do a whole lot. Donut was taken out. Not taken out. Don't know what's going on. But Donut's doing something. No, that's the third Donut's doing something up there. But look at this. Look at this, artillery just pummeling this middle section of the map. They will not let anything go. This is our zone. This is our map. We have miasma fire barely clearing that hillside, that mountain, whatever the heck we're calling that. And man, those Rambo comps, they're still not dead. The shields are just barely down now. I mean, I say barely, but they're so annoying to take out. You need so much firepower. I feel like, yeah, Rambo comms can be taken out, but in large numbers, you might as well build Rambo comms instead of experimentals, because they just hurt. They walk pretty quickly, and because they can build, which is obviously a nice thing, but Nuke will land in the middle. It does look like it may get one of the Fat Boys, but I think they're turning around. No Fear, why should we research next in Factorio? That's just talking about a different game, because why not? God of real kill. That Nuke will land. Would it get anything? Gets a couple of, units, some shields. That's really about it. So nothing of value was really lost. In the east, we have another Duke, not really under heavy shield coverage. Shields do pop back online. I think Stormclover's having some power issues, I would imagine, with that kind of response. But we have artillery fire to the west. That's starting to be, dealt with. Mass Fat Boys are just very annoying. Bricker Insanity obviously making a comment about the Duke over there. Artillery now focusing on the emissary in the rear. They're going to go with the T1 P-gen method versus the T3 one. Not as volatile, of course, because it's not a giant power generator, but less adjacency bonus. You kind of, you weigh the explosive or, fire really quickly kind of thing. But it does look like miasma fire still raining in on the central position. Team 2's Fat Boys can't get too close, but they are building lines and lines of PD and artillery and whatnot. So trying to do their best to hold off SMD range, says Crusader Nova. For the SMD, I think it covers just barely the shields right here. So these Fat Boy are in range, and I think they're trying to edge out a Nuke. And if the Nuke could be a little bit closer. Needs to have a SMD in that base specifically. But I think the Nuke might be targeting that location yet. It's still loading, so it's going to take a minute. But now we have 3 artillery. Excuse me, I didn't notice the other 2. That's 3 artillery here for Team 1's Pico, plus the additional 1, so 4. I don't see anything else. So 4 artillery versus 2. I think we have... The Duke is all... it's kind of online. Not really. No, not really. They're really focusing on this Duke here. Will allow this one to be built. But Team 2 will have access to at least 2 artillery emplacements. I think they lost... Did they lose this one? They lost this one. So, yeah, Team 1 trying to lock out Team 2's ability to produce artillery. And it is a good move, because you're like, I can shoot you with this thing, and you need time to build the thing that you need to shoot at me. So, yeah, and that shield strength not lasting very long, has taken a hit. They're just going to reclaim it, scoop up the mass. Gonna funnel it into other things. Don't blame them in that aspect. That artillery, that emissary will come online. Mass donut spam starting here for Chief Jaguar. I mean, you could kill them with mass. That's one way you can win the game, but that's a lot of mass. You don't win the game with killing them with mass. It's kind of essentially game over, but essentially we're talking about, you know, this team has 4,300, 4,300, there we go, mass per second versus 2,700. So, I mean, you could throw mass at them. Will it matter? I don't know. Team 2 is leading the reclaim, but not by much, at least in terms of, you know, of course, you know, a lot of mass. How much total mass? 5.1 million mass total accrued for Team 1, 3.7 for Team 2. So we're closing in on 10,000 mass, sorry, 10 million mass, either reclaimed, generated, whatever, between both teams. Artillery raining in on the nuke. Love that. Will it get the PGen? No, it will not. More shields need to be brought online. The nuke is taking a while to load. I think Pico has other projects he's working on. So if Team 2 can at least take out the nuke, that's a win for that artillery, at least, because they've devoted a lot of mass to taking that out. 2 donuts plus, of course, anything else. Shields are now being built. We have PGens now being reclaimed to, you know, again, defer the explosive type of thing. Still, the middle is still just constantly pumping out so much artillery, so much everything. We have a lot of stingers. Stingers aren't great. They just aren't, straight up. But in large numbers, of course, 1,000 of anything can kill anything. Ravagers trying to hold off this section of the front line. How's that nuke doing? Has one shield, has another shield. Where's that emissary firing now? A second one being built as we speak. It's now focusing on something else, I think. Yep, focusing on the Hovatham. That's kind of a mistake, I feel like. That Hovatham is very much secured in its shielding and its self-esteem and whatnot. But those Colossus go, nah, probably shouldn't pop out of the water. 3 donuts? Yeah, probably not a good idea. Okay, Chief Jaguar, you want to build some donuts? You have 5 donuts. Oh, donuts sound good right now. Let me know down in the comments what your favorite donut is. I really love maple bars. Those are so good. There's a place near where I live where it has just, you can get, I think it's like a 6-inch maple bar. It's great. I think it was 6 inches, something like that. 6 or 8, or just a huge maple bar. It's delicious. So more island war crimes, huh? Hey, what the heck's going on over here? It went off again. Aw. The T3 Mechs is still online, but explosions happened over there. Artillery raining in constantly for both teams. We have Fat Boys now to the west being pumped out here by Roadkill, trying to fight back against Team 2's Fat Boys, but the donuts are what concern me, of course, for Team 1. But even if the donuts kill something, there's so much AA in these main bases that I don't think it'll matter. Maybe you'll get one player. We all agree to control K our air factories and ASF to help the sim speed. Question mark says Thunder. That's a I wonder why he wants to do that. Donuts beat ASF says Lich King. Oh no, Donuts best ASF, not B. Incorrect. They slow. I think Thundercock does not like donuts for some reason. How's the water lich? Thundercock's like, hey, I know where you are. You're hanging out down there. But artillery now raining on the front line here for Team 2. I think this is starting to be the beginning of the end. We're getting into the 50-minute point in this game. Emissary fire launching at... Don't tell me you're launching at the... Do not tell me you're launching at the plasma fire. Please don't tell me you are doing that. Look at that. Shields are still holding for now. Can y'all stop with the Dukes and make a fun unit like a Maver? Haha, there you go. Thundercock saying build a Maver, and I'm like, yes, agree, 100%. Hit that like button kind of thing. 2 emissary are now online for Team 2. I don't think it'll be enough. We have, oh my, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Fat Boys. That is not good for Team 2. We only have 2 Fat Boys down south. We have 1 up here. Team 2 needs to spam up artillery as fast as possible to deal with its incoming threat. They have lots of bricks running around. There's a chicken, and that chicken's not even going to get close. Just barely got a couple shots off. And we have shield preset commanders. Not only do they have a shield, a bubble shield, they also are building their own T2 shield emitters as well. So that is a lot of yellow dots across on the map. And this is what you get when you have a 10 by 10 map 14 players. Some of them take the game seriously, some of them do not. And just have fun with it. We have, you know, constantly throwing artillery. The fat boys don't even care at this point. They're like, we'll just run over anything. ASF guarding it. They're waiting for those donuts to move in. We'll see what happens with those donuts, but it is not going well for Team 2. They had a chance. They had a chance to come back. They're still suffering in the mass department, of course. Almost crossing 3,000 mass, so they're catching up slowly, but they're catching up. Emissaries are now under the control of somebody else. I think that is a Chief Jaguar now. They have to realign. Achieved, you should move your donuts in, says Lich King. No, don't do that, because there's all those ASFs there. That's not good. That's what God of War is baiting him with, is those fat boys. I think one will die off, though, just due to, being way too close to the fire kind of thing. But, 7 donuts still online. I think it's 8. Sorry, there's one up here. We have some we have harms being used to take out the AA so that the donuts can move in. But how's that nuke going down south? It still was not taken out. Has one loaded. The nuke probably could fire, but he wants to take out this position. The Hubbatham barely has enough shielding. And, of course, we have some Gunthers being built. Bye-bye, Czar, says the Lich King. He's going to crash it on top of all this. Doesn't kill anything, realistically. The one donut is down. 7 left standing. Or, sorry, floating, I should say. We have some more Colossus. Man, this just hurts. I feel like they're just talking in... I mean, I know they're talking via, chat. But I feel like some of them are just sitting there talking, hanging out, having a good time. And this group of guys, I feel like, would do that. Just be like, we'll just go on a Discord call, hang out, talk, throw salt, throw, razz at one another and just have a good time. These emissaries, they are not having a good time. Shields are popping back on and off, trying to stay online. The Chief Jaguar actually not doing a bad job with these harms, but has a lot of other issues to deal with. Fat boys, that is a lot. That is so many fat boys. I'm just going to take a screenshot just because that is so much stuff. That is so much stuff on screen right now. The War of the Worlds. -4 sim speed. I am so sorry, Thundercock. I am so sorry. That sucks. He's like, this is not great. And it's a 10 by 10. Like, there's not a lot of, room to move around, but the ASF are going to go in. Here we go. A lot of the sim speed will be fixed here. There go the donuts. They're going to try to group up. 1 donut is down. 2 donuts are down. A lot of those ASF have taken a lot of hits. They're targeting the Maver. Didn't even notice that being built. That's not going to last very long. So a couple of donuts still online. There goes that donut. Donuts are moving in. Oh, no, this one's going to sit. That donut is down. Oh, there's one more donut. The ASFs have, really reduced numbers now, but a lot of donuts are on the ground now. That was worth it, going after all those donuts. Colossus came in, moved in, I think, a little too late. There's so much stuff in the middle of this map. How much reclaim is currently on the map? I want to check that out before the game ends. 314. Not as much as I thought there'd be. I thought there'd be like 500,000. We see another Zar crash, I think? Maybe. We have 4 Colossi on the east edge of the map. There is a Mavor that was being constructed. I say was because it's not going to be lasting very long. We have, a bunch of Rascoms being annihilated. The artillery is down. Team 1, I think we have it in the game, but they have it in the bag. But, if it was a no-share game, I think there'd be a different story. Bomb assassination and whatnot. But with all these fat boys, a couple of them are dying, to be fair. Like, that one just got killed off. That one died. So the assault is starting to peter out, but look at this. They pushed Team 2 back even further. 2 Colossi have down. Now they're going to target the Mavor. That's going to hurt. Wait, what the? No, that's the second one is down. I just couldn't find the wreck. There goes the Pigeons surrounding it by Storm. There's Lich King. I mean, he might not be dead, but he's, fine for now. Storm's like, oh, I got to get out of there. See you, bye. We have Donut incoming to help assist, taking out those Colossus. Chief Jaguar still built his harms. And those Atlantis are like, no, not going over there anymore. We have a Crab on the front line, just doesn't even care about the PD, doesn't care about anything, just wants to deal some damage. I feel like at this point, Team 1 does not care. They have so they have so much mass incoming. You know, okay, wrong button. 5,000 mass per second. Nuke launching onto this position. It's going to be covered in an SMD. Was there a YOLO of some sorts? If there was, it's gone. I don't see. Where's the nuke coming? Oh, what the heck is this? it's a friendly nuke going after those Rascoms. Somebody does not like. What the heck is this? That was not okay. Takes out a decent chunk of those Rascoms. Where is he launching that nuke? Oh, please tell me. Oh, he's launching against. Pico has been a traitor. He's the 8th player on Team 2. He's a hidden. He's the traitor. He's Among Us. He's the traitor. Oh man. But what has that done to Roadkill's amounts of Rascoms though? 181. Doesn't even care. Doesn't even care. Would have probably taken out like a third of those. Lich King gets out of there. Barely gonna escape. That whole little hole is baked in nuclear hellfire. But in this game, and that's when like Team 1's won it by obvious measures. They've just won it, and so obviously Pico's like, well, I'm just gonna throw nuclear fire at somebody because why not? We have, oh man, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Dukes almost done. Because we had that one them, and there is a disruptor, and there's another one coming online. Team 1 didn't go for game enter surprisingly, but they had fun with it. The donuts are down for Team 2's Chief Jaguar. His base is just gone. It hurts to watch. It wasn't a flawless game by any means. A couple comms did die. But a couple more fat boys to the east. And I think we'll just zoom out. Chief Jaguar does get nailed by artillery. Who got the kill for that? Crusader Nova got the kill for that. And there he goes. It is now a 5v4 in favor of Team 1. And I think I'm going to speed it up to probably just 2, because you can just see it's going that way. It's not going much. They essentially, once I think the Zars didn't take out the nuke, I feel like it was game over, because that nuke really was just doing. But look at this. We have T1 bombers going after that nuke. Ha ha ha. Revenge, says Roadkill. Oh, he should say it. He should say something in chat. Come on, say something. Say something. I dare you. I dare you. Say something. No favor for you, says Lich King. Or, yeah, to buy. That's to the, the storm comment. But that's, having some friendly fire. And again, it's not like malicious. It's not, it's just, the game's going to go your way. You might as well have some fun with it. Friendly SMD cannot block friendly nukes. It's, the SMD wouldn't work if that was the case. The donut's gonna land on top of the island. No, the treaty. No, the treaty. Oh, there it goes up in smoke. Rascoms are dying over here for some reason. Don't know why. Some of them control K. I don't. No, artillery is firing at the Rascoms. Oh man. While the main fight's going on, just the sea of Batman Gray just moving northward. We have, artillery fire landing on their own team members. That's just, nukes trying to land on one another. T1, bombers landing on one another. The calm of unbalance is going to charge. The void is going to go, I'm going to stare at it, and I'm going to, die fighting. All of the Rascoms are moving. The replay is over. The game is ended. The Team 2 essentially just gives all up. And Team 1 wins that game pretty handedly. Just win, because it didn't seem like a message for Team 1 winning. It just replay over. So yeah, essentially the game just ended. But yeah, look at this. Is just you have Team 1's Pico firing on Roadkill, all those artillery and explosions from Rascoms. You had the nuke, of course, being killed off by Roadkill. I mean, to be fair, Pico started it. To be fair, with that nuke launch. But that is the game. Of course, we had a wide range of 900s to 2100s in this game. Both Lich King and Big CO4 are still alive. We have Unbalanced still alive. In terms of, I'm going to go with MVP because underrated, kind of hard to judge in a game with such a wide range. Feel like I'm going to go, let's see. I mean, No Fear held the line for a very long time in the middle. So I think it goes to him. He dealt with a lot of firepower against this front line, and it took him a while to lose it. So I think, the tenacity to constantly find a mech. He did a huge push earlier on, probably about half an hour or so in, was able to deal a decent blow, but of course, all this infrastructure back here to deal with as well. So I think not Crusader, No Fear gets the reward for MVP of the game. Please like and comment down below what your favorite moment was. Again, 5.1 thousand mass was being generated by the end of the game. And thank you so much for watching. I greatly appreciate it. Please like and comment down below and hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. And I will see all of you in the next one.